All right, welcome to part 2 on how to integrate 11 Labs with your Bubble IO application. In part 1, we set up the API call to 11 Labs, and in this video, we're going to implement the logic and workflows and actually get that returned value. So I'll show you what we're going to be building.
Hey, I'm Brody.
Okay, so just like that, let's get straight into it. So after the last video, we'll start from there. So on the plugins, we had the API connector, we had the text to speech, and we had just initialized the call. So I'm going to hit reinitialize call on my end. Don't worry about that guys, you won't have to do that. So we have a body here. So that body is the file, so the voice file that is returned from 11 Labs so that we can save it to our Bubble database. We need to change it to a file. So by default, it'll be type text. The reason we're doing this is in the first video, I showed 11 Labs documentation, and they said that we need to save it as a file to be referenced then in our database. So that is exactly what we're going to do here. So that is the returned file from 11 Labs. We need to save that as a file. Hit save. And then before we jump into it, we need to make a few changes to the database here. So I have a data type called 11 Labs YouTube. You can name this whatever you want. And we have a body text here. This is going to be the text out of user inputs that they want translated, to speech from 11 Labs. So that is type text. We have a narration file here, which is type file, and a voice, which is an 11 Labs voice, which we set up as an option set in the first video. So if you haven't set this up, go to the first video, set that up, and then come back and do it here. So we have a voice ID, and then we have the unique ID for each voice there. All right, last thing, we need to go into the settings here, go to API, and we need to tick the enable workflow API and backend workflows. So for this tutorial, we're going to be using backend workflows, which requires a paid plan to preview. However, you can start a 2-week free trial and you can just cancel it at any time, and you don't get charged for anything. So that is what you can do. All right, now let's jump into the design. So we're going to add a new page. I'm going to call this anything. You can call whatever you want, guys. We're going to make this page a column with a 1200 builder width, and we're going to make the container alignment in the center. First thing we're going to start off with is a drop down, and we're going to put that in here, and we're going to align that in the center there. I'm not going to worry about any of the styling for this, guys. I'm just going to show you, the logic and how to actually implement it as quick as possible. So the choice of style is going to be dynamic, and the type of choices is going to be our option set, our 11 Labs voice. So this is the voice a user will choose. So we have 4 different options. We have Callum, Adam, Emily, and Grace, I believe. So we're going to use a choices source, which is going to be all 11 Labs voice. So we want them to be displayed every voice that we have. But the option capping, we want the current options display, not voice ID. So we don't want the voice ID as it's a bunch of different numbers, but the display is the name of the person that we want to send to 11 Labs. All right. Then we want to add a multi-line input. We're going to center that. We're going to untick fixed width, 0 min width, max width 400, and the min height is going to be 160. All right, we don't need to touch any of the styling or anything else for that, guys, but we need a button now. So this is what's going to be pressed, and it's going to actually initialize all our workflows to communicate with 11 Labs back to Bubble. So this is going to be generate, call whatever you want, it doesn't matter. In the center here. All right, so that's set up for now. Now, how are we going to actually play the return file from 11 Labs? So I have a plugin installed here called the Circle Music Player. It is by Bubble itself. So go ahead and install this plugin if you haven't already. And once that's done, we can then reference it in the elements tree. So it's going to be music player. we are going to center that, and we're just going to make this 48 by 48. Just nothing doesn't matter, guys, just so it's clickable. All right. Now that's done, we have the drop down, which is going to be the voice we select, the body text, which is what we want translated, button generate, which actually initializes all the workflows, and then the music player, which will then play the returned file. All right, let's get into it. So when button generate is clicked, we need to add a workflow here. And what do we need to do? Well, we need to create a new thing. And this is going to be 11 Labs YT. So we're making a new 11 Labs YT. I'm going to add all fields here. And the body text is going to be the multi-line input A's value. The voice is going to be the drop-down voices value. But the narration file we actually don't need now because we haven't made that call to 11 Labs yet. So we wouldn't have a file ID. So we can delete that. The body text is going to be multi-line input A's value. And the voice is going to be drop-down A's value. All right, now we've created the new thing. And then what do we need to do? Well, we need to schedule an API workflow from the custom events section here. So we don't have that set up, so we're going to set that up now. So top of your page, we're going to go to the backend workflow section here, and we're going to press here, click here to add a backend workflow, and it's going to be called a new API workflow. And I'm just going to call this text. I'm going to untick expose as public API workflow. And we need to add a parameter here. So this is so we're sending data, we're creating a new thing on the front end, and we're sending it to the back end to make the call, save the narration file, and then sending it back to the front end to then display on our page. So we need to add a parameter here. I'm going to call this text, just make it the same as the API workflow name. And the type is actually going to be 11 Labs YT here. So make it that, or whatever the name of your data type is. And then we need to add a couple steps here. So the plugins, we're going to go to the 11 Labs text to speech. And as you can see, we have a voice ID and a text, body text element here. In the API call, we have two dynamic values. And these were done so we can actually select and utilize it in the workflow, whatever the user types and selects. So the voice ID is going to be text. So the power about backend workflows is we can actually reference the workflow data sources, so it makes sure it's all in the workflow. So we're going to use text, voice ID. So in this one, we are actually referencing the voice ID, which is that unique code. And the body text is going to be text, body text. And we're going to format this as JSON safe, like so. And then we're going to go into the data, make changes to a thing. The thing to change is going to be the text. And we're going to add the narration file in here, which is going to be the result of step 1, so the actual call to 11 Labs. So we're calling 11 Labs and then it's sending us this file. So the result of step 1, 11 Labs body, which is the file I showed in the API call at the start of this video. So that's the body. So press that. And now we have made the call to 11 Labs. We have then saved the return file ID. Now we need to go back to the front end. So to our text page. And on step 2 of schedule API workflow, we need to feed our data through to the back end. So we've created a new thing. We're scheduling it. The API workflow will now come up as text. And this is what we're sending it. So it's the result of step 1. So we're creating the new 11 Labs YT. We're then scheduling the API workflow and we're sending it the step 1 created new 11 Labs YT. And the scheduled date is the current date and time. So we want it to happen now. All right, now that is done. On this step 1, quickly here, the body text, we're going to make this formatted as JSON safe as well, just like that. So JSON safe basically means that our API can recognize whatever the user types in and it will have no issues. All right, so we're scheduling the API workflow. And then we need to go to navigation here and go to page. So we need to actually send the unique ID of our backend workflow. So that's how we reference each individual translation someone tries to make. So we're sending the parameter to that page, and that will be the unique translation. So the destination is going to be the text page, data to send, leave empty, but we're going to send more parameters to the page. And I'm going to make this text as well. And this is going to be the result of step 1. So our newly created 11 Labs YT's unique ID, like that. All right. Now we have that all set up. So we have created a new thing on the front end. When button generate is clicked, we are then scheduling that backend workflow. So we're sending data to the backend. It's making that call. It's saving that narration file, and it's sending us back to the front end, which is this. And then we are sending a parameter to the page we're on, which will set the page to the unique ID of our newly translated text. But back on the design section here, how do we actually display the file? So on the music player element itself, we want to get insert dynamic data, and we're going to get data from a page URL, and that parameter is going to be text. So it's the same one that we just created in the workflow section, and the type is going to be the 11 Labs YT data type. But as you can see, now that we've set that as an 11 Labs YT data type, we can actually select the narration file here, and that resolves. So we're getting that parameter from the page URL, and we don't want anything. We don't want the body text, but we want the narration file, which then we can then press play on and get that returned file. So let's preview this here, guys. I'm going to untick debug mode, and here we go. So we can select a voice. We're going to type in some text, hit generate. And we are then going to press play.
Hey, I'm Brody.
And just like that, we have created a newly 11 Labs, connection here. But we can actually change it again. So we can go to Adam here and go and generate and press play.
Hey, how's your day going?
Just like that. So just like that, guys, we have finished our 11 Labs integration sort of little mini series here. Our part 1, we set up the API workflow, and part 2, as I said, we have created the logic and the workflows and actually, implemented the steps to actually create this desired result. So if you like this type of video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. It really helps out more than you know. Drop some video ideas that you would like to see in the comment section. I'm always reading them, and always happy to do whatever you guys recommend. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.